Hey everyone, it's been popping up all over the place lately. The Juki DU-1181 is getting talked about in sewing Facebook groups, Reddit threads, and even a few YouTube shorts from smaller creators. I kept seeing the same two questions over and over. Is it really that quiet, and can it handle multiple layers of denim without bogging down? So I finally pulled the trigger and ordered one to see for myself. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First thing that hit me when I unboxed it was the weight. This thing feels like it's built out of a single steel block instead of sheet metal. The servo motor is noticeably quieter than the old clutch motors I've used. I can sew while my kid is napping in the next room and not hear the usual high-pitched whine. That alone made the workshop feel a lot more civilized. Speed-wise, it'll cruise at 2,300 stitches per minute on a light cotton, but the real test is thick layers. I tried stacking 4 pairs of jeans together and the feed dogs never skipped a beat. The top and bottom feed mechanism actually grabs the fabric from both sides, so the layers stay perfectly aligned even when you're sewing through denim or canvas. I've used cheaper machines where the layers shift and you end up with a wavy seam. This one just keeps everything flat. Stitch length is adjustable up to 6 mm, which is handy when you're doing basting or gathering lightweight fabrics. I've been using the longer stitches for bag making and the shorter ones for top stitching without any skip stitches. The needle system is a standard 135 by 17, so replacement needles are easy to find and cheap, no proprietary headaches here. Another little detail that surprised me was the built-in thread stand. It's low enough that cones of thread don't flop around, but high enough that the thread path is smooth. I've had issues with cones catching on the spool pin in the past, but this setup keeps everything tidy. One thing to keep in mind is the footprint. It's about 17 inches deep and 10 inches wide, so it's not going to disappear on a small table. If you're used to a mini sewing machine that tucks away in a closet, you'll need to plan your space accordingly. Also, the servo motor runs on 110V, so if you're outside the US you'll need a transformer or a local power adapter. On the plus side, the machine comes with a knee lifter for the presser foot, huge time saver when you're doing long seams and don't want to keep reaching for the hand wheel. The presser foot pressure is adjustable too, which is great for everything from delicate silks to heavy upholstery. I've put roughly 20 hours on it so far, mostly on canvas, denim, and upholstery fabric, and I haven't had to retension the bobbin once. The bobbin itself is the horizontal, front-loading type, so winding and changing is quick. The only real downside I've noticed is that the machine doesn't have a built-in needle threader. You still have to do it by hand, but once you get the hang of the high presser foot lever it's not a deal-breaker. If you're running a small business or just tackling bigger projects at home, the Juki DU-1181 is a solid workhorse. It's not the cheapest option out there, but the build quality and quiet operation make it worth the investment. You can find the current price and any bundle deals down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Juki DU-1181 industrial top and bottom feed sewing machine, servo motor sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like max sewing speed and max stitch length actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Juki DU-1181 industrial top and bottom feed sewing machine, servo motor usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.